What's going on, guys? It is the Coaster Battleman here, bringing you another video. It is my overall review of King's Dominion, and I'm kind of sorry I haven't been uploading as much. It's because, well, I've been really busy and my computer was broken, but now it's fixed, and I'm really planning on making these next 3 review videos for King's Dominion, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, and Carowinds, or not Carowinds, Six Flags America. And I know I did my Carowinds review, and now it's time for the King's Dominion review. So let's get started with King's Dominion. So starting off with location, and then the roller coaster collection, and the park layout, and just other things like that, and cleanliness as well. So with King's Dominion, I really liked with this location. It wasn't horrible. It was actually in a decent location. It was kind of when we first drove on it was hard to find, but we figured out it was right off I-95, a major interstate highway between Washington, D.C. and Richmond. So this park is about 20 to 30 miles outside of Richmond, which is the state capital of Virginia. And overall, I feel like King's Dominion, it has a good location. I really think it's a good spot, and I was surprised by how empty it was compared to some of these other parks I've been to, like Cedar Point, Kings Island. They're a lot more crowded than this. But overall, I feel like Kings Dominion, it has a pretty good location, and walking into the park with the entrance, it's pretty similar to Kings Island. So yeah, I wasn't really impressed by the entrance. It was just there. It was just the way to get in, and then I know it was the International Street in the front of the park right after the front gate. That was a pretty nice area of the park. But one thing that I kind of found inconvenient about the park with the map, with the layout, was how hard it was to find the bathrooms. Like, there was only like 2 that I even knew about. There was one by Grizzly, and then the other one was in the Safari Village area by Anaconda and Backlot Stunt Coasters. So it was kind of annoying that those were the only 2, and they were on opposite ends of the park, and it takes a while to get from one side of the park to the other. And the left side of the park has probably about half the major coasters, and then a third of the major coasters after that are in the other side of the park where all the Woodies are. Grizzly, Racer 75. Like, they're all in, like, it's basically just 2 sections with coasters, and then just a bunch of middle ground that you have to walk through just to get to the coasters. It's not like Carowinds where there's a coaster every few steps you make. Like Fury 325 is surrounded by tons of coasters like Carolina Cyclone, Vortex, and Hurler, which is very convenient. It's more spaced out. So overall, I feel like Kings Dominion could use some work, maybe get a coaster in the middle of the park, but I don't know if their land can do that. But I have to appreciate them with their cleanliness. This was a pretty clean park. Like all the other Cedar Fair parks I've been to, like Michigan's Adventure, Carowinds, Kings Island, Cedar Point, they're all really clean parks, and I really thought these were very nice. Overall, very good. And with the roller coasters, I thought they had a decent collection. I thought it wasn't as good as Carowinds, but they had their top 2 it was a bit better than Carowinds, actually, in my opinion, because Intimidator 305, it wasn't as good as I thought, but it was still a very, very fun ride. And then Twisted Timbers, that thing blew my mind, and easily the best coaster in the park. Super fun ride. One of the best coasters in the world, in my opinion. And then you also have some other rides there, like Dominator, Volcano, the Blast Coaster. Unfortunately, I didn't get to ride Volcano because it was broken down, and they had to order parts for the ride, so I couldn't get to ride that credit. But if I rode it, I would assume that's a really good ride. But overall, I feel like this park, their coaster collection is pretty solid, and overall, I feel like this park is pretty convenient with their coasters, and I thought the operations would be horrible at this park. I thought they would be running one train on everything, but some of the coasters were actually running multiple trains, which was very nice. Like Flight of Fear was running multiple trains. Like everything was running multiple trains except for Twisted Timbers and Intimidator 305, which Intimidator 305, I don't know why it would only run one train when it's one of the best coasters in the park, and then Twisted Timbers was only running one train, which I was kind of disappointed at, so we couldn't really get that many rides on it. I only got like 3 rides on that because of that, of the horrible operations and the line being ridiculous. So overall, I feel like Twisted Timbers definitely kind of attracted everyone over there, so I managed to get on the other roller coasters in a short amount of time, which I like doing with the new for 2018 coasters. And I have to admit, I really like how King's Dominion, like on Memorial Day, the first day we were there, it was open until 11 p.m., which was awesome because we got tons of night rides and everything. Like Avalanche was a very awesome night ride. Grizzly was an unbelievable night ride. Intimidator 305 in the evening with fog all over the place, that was really good. Dominator was a great night ride. Anaconda, I actually rode. I was the only person on the train on that ride once when I rode it, and it was a pretty unique experience because I've never been the only person on a train before. Like my previous record was on the Demon at Six Flags Great America. It was in the middle of the day, and it was me in the front row and 2 other smaller kids that were in the back of the train. So yeah, it's kind of weird being the only person on the train. It's pretty scary to me, but it's pretty cool at the same time. But overall, King's Dominion, I feel like this is a very nice park, I have to admit. I feel like they could get some better coasters. They have some pretty good family coasters, but their thrilling coasters could use a little bit more work. I feel like they need some more B&Ms. Like a B&M Hyper would be perfect for King's Dominion, or even a wing coaster would be good. I feel like they're already very stacked on launch coasters. I don't think they'll need another one for quite some time, but if they were to get a launch coaster, a B&M launched wing coaster would be the route to go on. So, overall, King's Dominion, very good park. I really enjoyed this place. Super nice. The lines were short, the operations were better than I thought, and this was a really good park. I really enjoyed my time here. Very nice place, and overall a very convenient amusement park. Definitely a go-to place to go for anyone, for any coaster enthusiast. Definitely one of the best parks in the Cedar Fair chain. I feel like this park, I feel like it is a bit better than Carowinds. I'm still deciding whether it's better or not because they're both kind of like around the same level. I feel like King's Dominion has a bit more depth in their coaster lineup, but Carowinds, I feel like it's in a better location and it's easier to navigate that park because it's kind of like just a big circle and it feels a bit smaller as well. So overall, King's Dominion, very fun park, and I know looking at the footage right now, you're seeing shout out to whoever made this video, and I have to admit, Apple's Apple was probably the most underrated coaster I rode at King's Dominion. That ride was actually pretty enjoyable, and probably the best Wild Mouse I've ever ridden. So yeah, Twisted Timbers, my favorite RMC for now, but Steel Vengeance I'm going to be getting on very soon, so I'm really excited for that. And yeah, that's all for this video, guys. That's my King's Dominion review. I hope you guys enjoyed. What are your thoughts on this park? And is this your favorite Cedar Fair park? Because I doubt it is because of Cedar Point being #1, Kings Island #2. But I could see that this is definitely one of your favorites. Tell me in the comments below how high you rank this Cedar Fair park among them all. And tell me your overall thoughts. And my next video will be on Six Flags America. So yeah, thank you for watching, and as always, stay tuned for more videos. Bye.